I did. It's just all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jersey Chasers. We are back after a long week.
Yeah.
Sorry for no episode last week. Me
Whoops.
and Christy both got busy. I went to a Cavs game. She had to work late. We had a week off, but we are back with a pre-Thanksgiving supersized episode. We are going to give you everything from football, my Cavs game experience. We're going to go over some crazy stuff. Christy watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. We're going to go over that. Just so much stuff has happened in the last week. So,
Yeah.
Christy, where do you want to start first?
Okay, let's rewind back to the reason why we weren't live last Wednesday. First of all, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Thank you. Let's talk about your Cavs experience. I've been to a couple of Cavs games, but they've never been home games. They've always been like down here at the Heat Arena. So I want to hear.
You've been to the Kaseya Center, also known as American Airlines Arena.
I was gonna say what?
Also known as American Airlines Arena. I've been to a game. I usually try to go to at least one game a year. I used to work there, so I kind of got like tired of going because when you work there, I learned how to time things out, right? So I knew that the games. So I'm gonna tell you some secret about basketball games. Number one, you can get there late. Basketball games never start on time. Never.
Really? It's not
never.
like
No, they usually start at like 7:15. So basketball games usually start at 7:15.
Okay.
The games are always 2.5 hours long, no matter what. No matter what. It's that game, unless it's an overtime game. And even then, at the most, you're going to be there 3 hours. No game is going to be 6 hours long. That's just crazy.
That's ridiculous. That's baseball.
But that's baseball. Oh my god. But no, so I actually had some tickets. The Cavs offered a ticket package earlier in the year, so I actually took it. And it was me, my mom, my mom's best friend, my godmother, my god sisters, and my brother, my sister, and my niece. And it was my niece's first basketball game.
Aw, cool. Did they do something special for the first basketball game?
They probably would have, but we were also sitting super far up in the nosebleeds.
Okay. Well, because like my first Browns home game was only a couple seasons ago, because of course I've been living down in Southwest Florida for so long. And when you go to it's not like the visitor's desk, but it's like a welcome desk.
It's guest services.
Yeah, guest services, pretty much. Yeah, they gave us not a plaque, but it's a certificate. Dominic and I both got one, and it says the date and everything. It's super cute. I have them framed. They're up on my wall. I love them. Yeah, so my first home game.
I think if they would have went there, they probably would have got one. But by the time we got there, it was like halfway through the second quarter. But yeah, that's why we weren't on last week. I literally forgot, and then I texted Christy. I was like, Christy, I'm going to a Cavs game tonight.
I was like, well, have fun.
I was like, I'm so sorry. And then we were supposed to do it Friday, but Chrissy, of course, had to get that money.
I was like, you know what? When she said that she was gonna, when we had initially started the week, we were gonna go on Wednesday like we normally do, and so I picked up some extra hours, and I was just like, sorry.
It's cool. Honestly, it ended up working out because I actually ended up getting sick on Friday. Ended up not feeling well.
Yeah, I need to send you some echinacea.
Hey, look, this is the time of year. This and my birthday. I don't understand. I always get sick.
It's the weather changes and stuff. I heard it was raining up there earlier. Has it started snowing yet?
It started hailing.
No.
Yeah. I was leaving work. It started hailing. So, I mean, we're kind of at a.
Was it hail or grapple?
Oh, no, it was hail. I know. It was hail.
Oh, hail.
Yeah, a little hail, but it was fine. It was little bitty hail balls. So it's supposed to snow. It's supposed to be lake effect snow, which means it's gonna be overnight. It's gonna stick.
Mhm.
It's gonna
Yes.
stick for a couple days, and then we'll be fine by the weekend.
You guys will have a white Thanksgiving.
Oh
No,
goodness.
you're not happy about that?
No, honestly, I'm fine because I don't plan on leaving my house for 2 days because I got 2 days off of work, so I'm
See,
good.
there you go.
I'm
I
good.
can understand if you had to, like, shovel the driveway and had to drive in that crap and stuff, but I remember being a little kid, and, of course, like I said, I moved when I was 13, so I wasn't driving in it, but I
Oh
still
yeah.
remember, like, it was not fun to drive in, and I had gone back and visited and drove in it, and it's not fun to drive in, but I
Nope.
remember waking up and peeking out the blinds and being blinded by how bright the sun was reflecting off the snow. And of course, this is first thing in the morning before everybody gets out there and starts driving on it, makes it all slushy and nasty and black.
Ugh.
And before all the kids are running through the yards and putting all their footprints everywhere, it was just, I remember that so much. And like, I feel bad that my kid never got to experience something like that. But also, I never let her experience me
Nope.
fishtailing down the road, because my
Mm-mm.
car hit some ice, so
No, as someone who actively has to drive in the snow, stay down in Florida.
yeah.
Stay there.
Well, I will until another hurricane hits, and then I'm going to, Arizona.
Yep. Mhm.
Oh my god. Someone I now I have to show this comment because, um, it's funny because I have a coworker that I love his eyebrows, and so to see something about eyebrows, I was like, it reminded me of my coworker. Hopefully, my coworker's watching right now, but thank you for the compliment.
Yes, thank you for telling us the eyebrows are as beautiful as our eyes, which is a
Hey,
comment.
I
It's
worked
a
very
comment.
hard. I worked very hard on this face today, so I will
Mhm.
gladly take that compliment. So I was like,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put on my makeup and look pretty, and I did my hair, and my coworkers, if they got super bored, I told them to watch. So hopefully they're watching. Hi, guys.
Yes, yes. Also, thank you for everybody watching us live here on Facebook. We are currently live on Facebook. The episode will be posted tomorrow morning on YouTube, and then it will be posted Friday morning on our YouTube.
We're
Oh, by
live
the
on
way,
YouTube right now. We're
yeah,
live
we
on
are
YouTube right now.
yeah, we're live on YouTube right now, but Jersey Chasers, we have so much. We have a YouTube channel. Please, please, please go subscribe at
Yes,
Jersey Chasers. We have
please.
our Instagram at Jersey Chasers Pod, and then we have our TikTok at Jersey Chasers as well. So please, please go follow. And if you want to listen to us audio, wherever you get your podcast, please follow us also on Spotify at Jersey Chasers. We are doing it all. We are doing it
Yeah,
all, people.
we're gonna be everywhere.
Please.
Everybody's gonna get sick of us. No, I hope they don't get sick of
Hey,
us. I
I
think we're
hope they don't get sick
entertaining
of us
enough,
either.
and we change the subject so often. I mean, like, how could you get sick of us?
Yeah, I don't know, understand how. So, Christy,
Yes, ma'am.
where you want to start? Let's
Okay,
start with some
so
NFL.
yes, so many crazy games over the weekend that either went to the last couple seconds or into overtime, and it. Oh, it was an amazing weekend for football. I think
Yes, it
because
was.
personally, our Browns finally got a win. It
Yes, they
was
did.
the best showing for Shador. Obviously our offensive line needs a little bit of work still, but he definitely did a lot better this weekend than he did the weekend before. And we won. So that's all I care about. Let's be honest. But the Cowboys in Philadelphia, I mean, like everybody thought Philadelphia was going to kill the Cowboys. And then for them to come back and win it with like the last 3 seconds of the game, kicking that field goal, like, amazing.
My thing is look, I think the NFC East is one of the weirdest divisions because everybody hates each other in that division. Okay. It's just one of the weirdest divisions. But I'm going to say this. If you are Philadelphia and your kids are going to be in school punching
Oh,
Cowboys themed
oh, yeah, that's
punching bags, you got to win the game. You gotta win the game.
Oh,
You cannot not win that game. You
yeah,
gotta
I
win it.
mean, yeah, I agree. But then, okay, so then you have the Colts. They were whooping up on KC, and somehow
Just why can't anybody beat them? I just want them to go away so bad.
it. You know what I'm loving about the Colts, and this is so funny. Their mascot.
Have you ever seen their mascot do the Pee Wee football halftime show?
No, but
Okay,
that
so
that Colt is nuts.
oh my god. So during the halftime show sometimes they'll have like these kids, it'll be like mascots versus Pee Wee football teams. And when I tell you these mascots will lay
Yeah,
these
they're rotten.
kids out,
They don't care. It's
they
whole
do. Man, it is some of the funny. He's been wild for a long time, but that is some of the funniest content.
he's
So
still a baby.
I know they're still babies, but
No, it was like a brand new baby. He took it from the mom. The mom was like, "Here." And he took off with the baby. The baby was only maybe like a month old. Like not old enough for a mascot to be carrying it around the stadium.
why are we carrying mascots? Why are we carrying babies? What is okay?
Okay, so he
We'll
finally
get
did
back
bring the
to
baby
that.
back, but it was I was shocked. I was just like, "Oh my god, how long is he gonna keep the baby?" Go ahead.
That is insane. No. So I mean, we have like there's so much that happened. The Ravens won and the Steelers lost, so now they're tied for the division.
We
Um,
knew that happened.
Shador somehow snapped an 0-17 losing streak from the Browns starters, which I didn't even know that was a streak, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, of course it is.
both the Giants and the Raiders fired offensive coordinators. Chip Kelly got fired, which I didn't even realize Chip Kelly went back to the NFL. He's so irrelevant that I did not even know he was back in the NFL. The Giants
Um,
fired their defensive coordinator after they
which
got whooped by the
well, hold
Lions.
on. They didn't get whooped. I mean, they were doing really good for a while. They were one of those games that they were winning because I was watching it and I was going, "Oh my god." First of all, Jameis got to score a touchdown. He caught a pass and scored a touchdown.
Jameis.
I love that man. And then they had a flea flicker that, ended up being really good for them. But yeah, uh, they end up losing within the last, was it overtime? I think it was overtime. They lost. But it was a very good game. They were kicking butt. No wonder why they fired their defensive coordinator. I mean, if you would have seen how crappy they looked after, they had done so well through most of the game. Offense did great, and it was an exciting game to watch.
I mean, honestly, he probably should have been fired after that Denver game where Denver came all the way back to win. That he should have been
Right?
gone after that.
Yeah.
He should have been gone after that. But
So deep help.
yeah, there's so much happening. And then of course tomorrow is of course Thanksgiving games. We got
Yay!
Packers and Lions. Of course,
Woohoo!
Lions always play
Yes.
on Thanksgiving. And then we got the Chiefs versus the Cowboys, Jerry's World and the Chiefs, two of the most polarizing teams in the nation. And
Go
then
Cowgirls.
we got Bengals and Ravens. Ravens trying to
Aw,
move ahead of the Bengals and Joe Burrow who's
Burrow's coming back.
coming back. So there's so much happening in the NFL. But I want to say congratulations to Shador Sanders. You have proved every single person wrong. Everybody wanted you to fail.
Yep.
Fully. They
Yep.
wanted you to fail. You came out and you
Thank
showed
God
them,
it's
hey,
happening.
I'm here to stay. Because let's just say, if he would have been getting reps with the first team all season long,
Right?
where would the
How much
Browns
better would
be?
he be? Yeah.
Not only how much better would he be, and look, me and you have talked about this. We both said that it was more than okay for him to sit. And I
Yes.
think that is still great for him
But
to
why
be able
not
to.
practice?
Yeah, I just didn't understand. I thought eventually he was going to get some first team reps, especially if you're putting him in towards the end of games and sitting Gabriel,
Well, but
but
they weren't.
they
And
weren't.
so here's the thing. I have heard because this is, of course, the controversy. Once he went out there 2 weeks ago and ate crap, to put it nicely, everybody was up in arms about what the heck was going on. And then it comes out, well, he wasn't having the first team reps. Well, because he was a third stringer,
Yeah.
at the highest previous to 2 weeks ago. He was still a third string quarterback. So no, why would he getting first and second team reps? Well, maybe second team reps, but like, why would he be getting? So once they realized, okay, he's going to be a backup, that's when they should have started giving him more time with the first team. In fact, I think they should have been giving him some reps with the first team anyway, this
Hmm.
whole entire time, just so that they could get used to him. Because, hello, we know he's going to be our future. We know he's going to be the quarterback number one next season. So why wouldn't you try to get him acclimated just a little bit until you need him?
Yeah.
But is what it is. Browns are the Browns.
The Browns are gonna brown, and I actually do want to talk about Shador. I've been seeing a lot of commentary on TikTok. I've been seeing a lot of commentary in the media, but I really do want to talk about this. I want to talk about this idea that Kevin Stefanski doesn't like him. And I'm not gonna sit here and say he does. I'm not gonna sit here and say he doesn't, but I'm gonna tell you like this.
Yeah, let me hear why the rumors are that he doesn't like. I mean, because down here the news doesn't that kind of news doesn't
Oh
trickle down that
yeah,
far.
yeah. So there's some evidence online that Kevin Stefanski doesn't necessarily care for Shador Sanders and didn't want him to start. A lot of people have been taking screen grabs of him during the game. Like there was a game against Miami in which he was super happy that Dylan Gabriel was doing well in the game. And then you had some screen grabs from this game where when Shador was doing well, people were like, "Oh, look at Stefanski face." And I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Clearly, Shador Sanders was not wanted by the Browns front office. He also was not wanted by the Browns coaching staff. It was very clear during the draft. Okay, that's very clear. Nobody's gonna argue with that. Nobody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, no!" Nobody's gonna argue with that. He was not wanted. We know this. What I have a problem with is now you're putting his job in danger and putting his reputation in danger because if Stefanski is fired, he's going to be seen as a coach killer. And I hate players that get seen as coach killers.
Well,
And it's
Stefanski
going to,
looks like a quarterback killer right now.
honestly, yeah,
I
a
mean,
little
if
bit,
if,
a little
if
bit.
we're gonna, I mean, I hate to say it, but
And there's a guy 2 years ago who won Coach of the Year. So I
two
just,
times.
yeah, he's won it twice. He's
Yeah.
won it twice. And he's arguably the most successful Browns coach of the last 20 years. I just am going to say this. It is very clear that the Browns need a change. It is super
Yeah.
clear that they need a
Yeah.
change. After this season, either Kevin Stefanski's going to get one more season, which I don't think is going to happen, or he's got to get on board with Shador. Because if this is going to keep going back and forth, the Browns are going to do something stupid like trade Shador, and he's going to probably become another Baker, where you
Oh, let's
you
hope
give
not.
up on him. I know I don't want to talk about either, but when you give up on him halfway through, you don't believe in him, and then he rebounds after a couple stops, and look at him now. I don't want that to happen. I think
Let
Shador
me ask
has a lot of upside.
because now, granted, I've heard, like I said, news trickles a little bit about the
Mhm.
fact that Stefanski has this thing against Shador. Um, Maybe there's an explanation for the sideline stuff because Stefanski was actually calling the plays back when Gabriel was playing. So
Mhm.
maybe he was more excited when plays worked out.
Yeah,
Just
because
a thought, than as opposed to now when he's not making those calls. Also, besides Pop Warner in high school, who has been Shador's head coach?
it's
His
literally
dad.
been Dion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally
Yeah.
been Dion.
His whole entire life. So, maybe there might be a little bit of friction trying to get through to him there. I don't think there is, though. I think that the people are making more out of it than what we need to because that's what we do. we always add gas to the flames because we're
Mhm.
Clevelanders and we expect everything to crash and burn. We can't just
I
accept that maybe something might work out for us.
When I tell you I've watched like people in this city be great talents and leave the city of Cleveland in sports because of how bad the media treats them.
Mhm.
Like just because of how bad the media is here. And I'm just gonna say this, like everything, like you see the trickle down here, it's heightened by a million.
Oh, yeah.
Shador, oh my God, especially after a couple weeks ago when everybody was like, "Oh yeah," and then on top of that, he got robbed, and it was just like, "What
Right.
can go wrong with this child?" And I'm like, he is a young man. He is in a new city. He's in a city he's never been in before. Cleveland is not his home. He did not grow up
Nowhere
here. He
near
has
his
no family here. He literally grew up in a warm climate, so now he has to get readjusted here. He has no family here. His brother doesn't live with him. His
home.
sister doesn't live with him. His dad is coaching in Colorado. It's not like he can call up his dad and be like, "Hey, dad, come get me."
Yeah,
His
even his
best,
mom doesn't live,
yeah,
in Cleveland. His mom still lives in Texas from my understanding.
yeah. And then you have the fact that his dad is still going through what he's going through. Like he's been through so much this off season, and then the fact that there are reports constantly coming out about what he did during the draft process, what he didn't do, how he didn't act. You know who I'm gonna also like direct my fire towards? Rex Ryan. I need Rex
Oh,
Ryan to
yeah.
get off of TV
He's such a
immediately.
s
You're
you
a
know,
hater.
he just wants views. Like, I swear, he just spits stuff out so that he can get the clicks and the likes and the views because he doesn't make any sense. Like,
No.
he's so absurd. I know I was complaining about him a couple weeks ago on my social media. Um, why is he like, obviously he's trying to remain relevant. I mean, yes, he was one of the best coaches in the NFL. Let's leave it at that. Rex, come on now. Like, you know. And
I just
local, I don't like Mary Kay.
Oh my God, nobody likes Mary Kay. I would say this about Mary Kay. Mary Kay has been doing a really long time and she does have her issues. She has had her issues for a very long time, but I know she's gonna get the story out there. Now, do I care for her? Probably not. I don't care for her journalistic
Her
tactics
stories aren't even, I mean,
and
like,
her and she does have a lot of clickbaity stories, but she is one
mhm.
of But I also think about this with her and the other Browns beat writer. It's her or Tony Grossi, and I would take her any day over Tony Grossi. This is also like if there is
Yes.
anybody in the Cleveland media that if I ever meet, I would just like never. Tony Grossi is one of them. He's
Yeah.
one of the grossest human beings. I'm sorry to say this on a podcast, but I just don't like him. I don't like him. Like I
Fitting
don't
last
like
name, huh?
like, and even then, like, oh, and like this is before every draft. If the Browns had a quarterback, remember the whole Baker situation with him and Baker, and Baker
Mhm.
was like, "Yeah, if we take Baker number one, I'm gonna eat dog food,"
Yep.
and he's like, "Come on,
Yep, baby.
it's." I'm gonna just
I
say
know,
this,
he's done the same thing to Shador, like, at the beginning of the
yeah.
season, and Shador even confronted him. He's like, "What is your problem with me?"
He's like, "You don't even know me. Like, you don't even know me." And that's, I think, the
Right.
one of the biggest problems with especially Cleveland Browns media and surrounding the season is that so much of the season has been controlled and narratively by Browns
They
media.
just need a clean house over there at cleveland.com and hire all of us.
Yeah, honestly.
I miss
Honestly,
Hayden being there. Hayden was great when he was there. I loved
yeah.
love, love, love Hayden. Hayden, love you. If you're watching, you know that. We've had him on our show a couple of different times. Maybe you and I will get lucky enough to have him on here. But
Fingers crossed. I can
hey,
ask him about The Voice.
if you want me to, I can see if he would like to come on one night with us.
Yes, please get Hayden
Yeah.
Grove on here.
All
Love
right.
The
I mean,
Voice.
yeah.
But yeah, that's my rant about the Browns. I always rant about the Browns. They do piss me off. But
Well,
we got
yeah.
to talk about another quarterback situation.
Hmm.
People think it's bad as the Browns, but I think it's so much worse. And that is JJ McCarthy in Minnesota. Woof.
Well, look where he came from.
Woof. He
I'm a little
there
biased, especially this week.
Oh yeah. We don't need to talk about that game this week. We don't need to talk about that game.
Hey,
Nope.
it's going to be okay because we got
Nope.
Matt
Nope.
Patricia,
Nope.
and they're not allowed to cheat anymore.
They had to be cheating. They had no.
They have been the last 4 years. Why do you think we're still in trouble at the beginning of the season?
When I say JJ McCarthy, oh my God, that young man, whew, Jim Harbaugh was pulling magic tricks out of his butt because I've seen like
JJ look good.
He had one good quarter, and that was against that game against Chicago earlier this year where they won. I don't understand what happened after that. I don't understand his situational awareness. I don't
Do you think it was
understand
his injury at the beginning of last season that screwed him?
No, because he was able to sit for a whole year and learn from his head coach, Daniel Jones, and Sam Darnold. Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold are having fantastic years.
They are some great quarterbacks.
I never thought I would say that about Sam Darnold and Daniel
I knew
Jones.
I would about Sam Darnold because Sam was up there, you know, when we were taking Baker.
Yeah.
And I was even like, ooh, I'll admit it. I wanted Sam to begin with. I did not want Baker because I looked at Baker like another Johnny Manziel.
Yeah,
I mean,
the smallness definitely didn't help.
When you go back to, you know, when Johnny played quarterback and when Baker played quarterback in college, they're both shorter stature. They both run out of the pocket, which is great. And they can run and pass at the same time, but their attitudes were the same. And so after what we had gotten with Johnny before, I did not want a Johnny 2.0.
Well, Johnny also liked cocaine.
Well, you know, we didn't know that at the time, like when we were living it.
Yeah, Johnny really liked cocaine. He
look at
really
what happened
enjoyed
to
it.
them after the draft too. I mean, like I was like, oh my God, freaking deja vu. Here we go again. It took me a long time to trust Baker. And then so anyway, sorry.
No, you're good.
But
no, it's okay. But I don't understand what's happening in Minnesota. They had such a good team. They were literally up until like week 10 last year. They were one of the top teams. They were coming in this year. They were going to be good because he sat for a year. And it's just like game after game. It's just like, what is happening? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And I can't believe I would say this, but JJ McCarthy might be one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Like I said, look where he came from. I'm a little biased.
And I've seen some bad quarterbacks. I've seen some, honestly, I've seen your Mike Glennons, your Brandon Whedons. There's like, I'm trying to think of what team had just like for a strong year. Any quarterback that played for the Bills before Josh Allen. Any quarterback that played for the Dolphins before Ryan Tannehill. Just he's up there. He's up there. He's up there with them. But any more football thoughts?
Can't wait to watch some tomorrow. And then of course we've got the big rivalry weekend this weekend. Ohio State versus that team up north. Like I said, they're not allowed to cheat anymore. So we got Matt Patricia, should be good to go. And then FSU and Florida is also that afternoon, which is of course huge down here. So that's always fun. And I know there's some other big ones going on. I don't really pay any attention to other ones.
It's Auburn versus Alabama. I don't think it's Texas versus Oklahoma because I think they played earlier this season.
Yeah, they did because Oklahoma won.
Yeah, just know it's rivalry weekend in college football. But speaking of college football, let's actually talk about this.
Yeah.
So I was telling Kirsty before we start recording, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in college football happened this weekend. So LSU, just LSU. I'm gonna just say this. First of all, just think of LSU. I've been to Louisiana. Those people's accents are strong. So just think about that, right?
The Cajuns.
The Cajun accent is incredibly strong. So you have the Cajun accent, and then you have Brian Kelly. Now, why am I mentioning Brian Kelly? He's terrible coach, terrible person. Everybody hated him. Did I
Lots of
know?
stuff.
Yeah, so much stuff. Did not know that his son still played for the team. Didn't know that. So his son still plays for the team. It was senior night last week, and oh my god, he came running out by himself because he can't come running out with his dad. His dad is
The coach.
disgraced on campus.
Like,
Like he's even thinking about suing, which I'm like, how are you gonna sue when you got fired because you just weren't? It was so
oh, it's
crazy.
it's formal though, but LSU is going to owe him like $54
Yeah.
million. Like, it's crazy.
So his son wore a white t-shirt. So you like know like those white undershirts, and you could tell it was a literal t-shirt. A literal
Like a
t-shirt.
Hanes t-shirt.
Like a Hanes t-shirt. You could tell he took a black Sharpie and was like, you know what, this is gonna be fire. And he wrote BK in big letters. And then in a fake Cajun accent, was like, free BK, free BK, free Brian Kelly, free Brian K. And it was like, what is happening?
He's trying to sound like the coach from
Waterboy.
yeah, Waterboy. Why am I brain farting so bad at nights? Yeah,
Oh my
Waterboy, the coach that, talked like he had mush mouth.
oh
And like
just
Boomhauer. I love Boomhauer from King of the Hill, like that.
yeah, it was literally just so like, oh my god. It was so embarrassing. But yeah, college football, humongous this weekend. We know Lane Kiffin is gonna coach the Egg Bowl. That's the other big rivalry. He is being
I
procured by
miss
both LSU and Florida.
Mhm.
James Franklin got hired at Virginia Tech after being fired earlier this season from Penn State, and then the USF coach is moving over to Nebraska. There's going to be so many like moving parts in college football.
Well, not only that, but they're switching divisions too, which is like,
Yeah.
I mean, all I hate the fact that in the Big Ten, we have all those Western colleges now mixed in with
Oh my
us.
god. I hate it so much. I think it's so stupid.
Like, it doesn't make any sense, but
It
whatever.
makes no sense.
I
Cuz
mean,
why is a Southern California team having why is USC the Big
market.
10 champions? Like in women's college basketball. Like what is like oh, it was so weird. Okay, we can get to college on another day. Let's
Okay.
move on. Let's move on to the NBA. We have so much more to talk about. Again, we talked about it again. Let me do a mini recap of my game
Okay.
of the game I went to. So the Cavs they have a winning record. I watched them in person for the first time this season, and I'm going to say this. They need to fix so much. They play so sloppily, especially if they're down and they're down big. I'm going to say this. Their greatest defense, their greatest strength is their defense. Their defense is very, very, very good. And when they are clicking on defense, they are clicking on defense. But
Sounds right.
the thing that's going to get them in trouble the most, and I literally was so angry watching this, is that when they're trying to tie the game or they're just trying to get within, they just make dumb decisions.
Yeah.
There was a point in the game where they were down two. All Donovan Mitchell had to do was go up and just easy layup, wide open layup. Do you know what he did? He decided he was going to cross over to try to look cute, to try to look pretty, to lay it in. And he ends up causing a turnover.
Oh.
And then at the times when they were like down 5, he's like, okay, I'm gonna hit a
Deja
3. And his 3 shot wasn't falling. And it was like, just go to the hole, just go to the paint. Wouldn't go to the paint. There were times where they were wide open, and then they were just lazy. Like Houston was getting so many open shots, and it was just so lazy. And I'm just saying to myself, the only way that they're going to win this game is if they just lock in.
Oops.
They couldn't lock in, and they end up losing.
Yeah.
But it was just like one of those things where it was just like, oh my god, like they like I was just so
And
frustrated
like
watching it.
when Jerry Judy was getting ready to start skipping into the end zone and looked to the
And
left,
then dropped the
and
ball,
the
and then dropped the
ball
ball.
gets hit out from the right because he's being a jackass.
It was just one of those things where I was like, okay, like this team is so talented. This team is literally a championship caliber team, but you're making bonehead mistakes.
They
And
look
I'm
great on
like,
paper, don't they?
they look great on paper. Heck, Lonzo Ball
I
looked
hate
amazing. I was like, I haven't seen this Lonzo since he was in LA. I'm like,
it.
this looked great. And it was just like it was mainly Donovan. I love Donovan. Don't get me wrong. I love Donovan Mitchell so much, but it was mainly him just making these bonehead decisions that I'm like, what's
It
going
sounds like
on?
everybody in the whole Cavs organization is making bonehead decisions because evidently they got fined for sitting 2 players earlier in the season or a couple of weeks ago, and
Yeah.
they weren't injured. There was nothing wrong with
Hmm.
them.
Yeah, so it was a home and home against Miami, right? So
Yeah.
they played in Miami. The game
Mhm.
went to overtime. They actually almost won the game. Probably should have won the game. Then the next game was in Cleveland, and because of load management, they decided to sit all of their starters, but they didn't do the thing that like Golden State does, which like Steve Kerr in the media, he'll be like, yeah, the guys, they've been working really hard. They've been, they need a break here soon. We're gonna have some guys that may go down, and then he'll sit people, and it won't be a surprise. The Cavs just set a bunch of people
Right. Yeah.
and just didn't let the NBA know, and it just looks bad. So them doing that, also
Yep, they get
bonehead. It
fined.
just like my most
So good.
frustrating, like I'm just frustrated with them because they had such a great season last year. They were clicking on all cylinders, and then this season it's like I could see it. I could see it.
It's
It's
just
there.
starting. It's just starting. I mean, think about
I
it.
know.
You got a long ways to go.
I know.
You got over 100 games. I mean, like, it's ridiculous how many games they play.
It's so crazy, but it was just one of those things where I was like, I'm like, I want to shake you. I'm like, you're so good. You're just making stupid plays.
Yeah. I feel
But
that every Sunday I watch the Browns.
yeah, but yeah. Let's talk
Moving
about some more NBA news. Chris Paul announced his retirement with the Clippers. He will be ending his season after this year. He is one of the few players left in that LeBron era. LeBron and him being,
Yeah,
I'm
I was
pretty
gonna
sure
say
they're
he's
like
old.
the last two.
Yeah.
So Chris Paul is retiring. Chauncey Billups pled not guilty to charges that were related to the rigged illegal poker games. And then in the same breath, Damon Jones was profiled by ESPN, specifically Brian Windhorst. Whew, he really put everybody in a bind. Like
Yeah.
apparently he was a known gambler on NBA planes, like during his career. Apparently he's kind of had this vice for gambling his entire career.
Mm,
And it really didn't help when he came to the Cavs. Like that really like heightened it because he got a big
right.
contract.
Yeah.
And then after he retired, he started working for the Cavs. He was still like a big proponent on the team planes, gambling, but apparently his gambling issues really, really spiraled after he retired and after he went to LA with LeBron. So when he was with LeBron, he was LeBron's shooting consultant. So essentially, he would help LeBron with his shots. So because he was so close to the situation, he would give intel to different people, and people would be like, "Hey, LeBron's out for Minnesota, so put all your money on Minnesota." And
Right.
people were winning thousands and thousands of dollars. And then, of course, he participated in the poker games. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this: the saddest part of that article was when Brian Windhorst talked to, I think it was like 3 different NBA players, and all 3 of them were like, "Hey, after a while, we just had to tell him no when it came to money, because he was asking them for thousands of dollars and they
Right.
weren't getting their money back." So they were just like, "No, we can't
Yeah.
keep giving him money." Like, and I found out he's married. I'm like, "You're married? Like you and your wife are doing this?" He's filed for bankruptcy twice. it was just a really, really
You see,
interesting
I feel
thing.
really bad because I did something really bad last night.
Oh,
And
no.
so Dominic is driving me nuts. He found a massage chair.
Okay.
It's a Black Friday deal. It was like $1,700. It's now $699. He tells me it's $600. And I'm like,
Okay.
no, we have enough bills already. We need to pay the bills that we have. I said, I swear on my life, if a massage chair shows up at the door, I'm leaving. And he's like, you would divorce me over that? And I was like, I would divorce you over making a huge purchase and not discussing it with me first when we have other bills to pay. I'm like, I'm trying to get us out of debt, honey. Come on now. So please, everybody, like and subscribe.
Please, please, please. I'm also in
let's
debt.
get,
I'm
let's get
a
monetized.
yes, please help us get monetized. But no, yeah. So essentially, it's like that. It's like he was making all these big decisions.
Why was his wife letting him do that?
I don't know. I
Oh,
genuinely
it's
don't know. Like
stupid.
she's